G'day again. I've just got to say right now, peace be with you. The reason I say that is the other day I was with a group of guys, and one of the guys said, I don't feel worthy to ask for forgiveness. And we gathered around this guy and we said to him, mate, it's not just you, everybody has fallen short of God's glory. And you might have, if you've watched other videos of mine, I bring up that verse quite a lot. And the fact is that everybody, it says there in Romans 3:23, it says, all have fallen short of have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And that's a enormity of what Jesus did on the cross. When he died for our sin, everybody sinned, not some sin, all sin. And we have an opportunity to fulfill the promise in a verse like Joel 2:25, where it says, I will restore what the locusts and the worms have taken away. The harvest will be restored. And we gathered around this guy and we prayed for him, and it was a tremendous time. And he stepped out in faith, much like it was in front of a crowd of people. Most of them he didn't know, but we gathered around him, and it gave other people an opportunity to minister. A friend of mine was saying to him the verse, we are more than conquerors. And in the end I said to him, because you stepped out in faith and said that to us, and we ended up responding to your plight, in many ways you've ministered to everybody else. And another friend just recently, I said the same. I said something, had another conversation, and he said, I said to him, he was worried that I wasn't agreeing with what he was proposing, and I said, mate, God wants to do something in us, but he wants to do something in other people at the same time. And this example on the weekend, it was just another example of that, where God was doing a thing, this guy, and he was doing a thing in the people around him. We just gotta, it might have sounded like a crazy moment when you read the account where Jesus walks on the water on the Sea of Galilee to the disciples. But Peter steps out of that boat and walks on the water towards Jesus. Now, in many ways, the moment he would have stood up, he was starting to step out of the boat, because he was putting his faith into action. This guy put his faith into action, he stepped out of the boat, and then we responded by stepping out of the boat, stepping out in faith, and God used us all at the same time. There is one word of warning from that story, is that when Peter took his eyes off Jesus, things started to go pear-shaped and he started to sink. So what does all this say to us today? Well, what it says is that we need to step out in faith. God has provided this pathway to him through Jesus, and we just need to follow that path and keep our eyes on Jesus. That finish line, wherever that is, we'll end up, we will see the Father. So today, I want to commend you, I want to challenge you today, wherever you are, whatever stage you are at with God, whether you don't know God at all or whether you've known him for years, to step out in faith and connect with him today. You have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bless you.